distinguished guests, families, friends, and above all, our wonderful graduands. Welcome. I welcome each and every one of you to this ceremony. As Vice-Chancellor of the University of Brighton, I take great pride in now opening this ceremony for the conferment of awards. I call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Education and Student Experience, Professor Stephen Denyer, to address the audience.
Good afternoon, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduands, families and friends. It gives me enormous pleasure to address you all today. Graduands, this is very much your day, a day to celebrate your achievements, a day to reflect on a phase of your life that is concluding, and a day to look forward with anticipation to what lies ahead. Graduation ceremonies are always a high point of the academic year, bringing together as they do the whole university community with your family and supporters to celebrate your achievements. We're also joined by representatives of the civic authorities and our education partners, as well as some of our honorary graduates. You're all very welcome, and may I say how much we value your continuing support. Graduands, today you have every right to celebrate. We know how hard you have worked, and you know how hard we have challenged you. Today marks the culmination of all of those efforts. The moment each of you cross this stage, you will change from graduands to become graduates of the University of Brighton. And so, as you do, we hope that you will feel as proud of us as we do of each and every one of you. This year's ceremonies are particularly special as they fall in the year that we mark the 25th anniversary of gaining university status. Over the course of this week, we will celebrate graduates aged 19 to 72 years from 90 countries around the globe. This university is proud of the diversity of nationalities that make up our institution, and long may it continue to be so. Graduands, we have with us today some incredibly important people. On behalf of the entire university, I would like to thank your families, friends, and supporters who have been there for you in so many ways during your time with us. We also have on stage, in the auditorium and behind the scenes, some of the hugely talented and dedicated academic and professional staff from the university, all who have played an important role in supporting you throughout your time with us. Do you think you could spare a moment to stand and show your appreciation for everything that all of these people have done for you? Please stand. Thank you. As a university, we are committed to realizing potential and shaping futures for the better. And we're immensely proud of the continuing achievements of you, our students, and our alumni. You heard from some of our alumni in our introductory film and can read about more in your ceremony brochure. We definitely look forward to seeing some of you featured in those brochures in the years to come. For each and every one of you, today marks a significant personal milestone. As you celebrate with your families, friends, and supporters, we also ask you to reflect on the fact that none of us ever truly stops learning. We hope that you will carry with you all the experience that you've gained with us as you continue your career wherever it might take you. Today marks a beginning, not an end, and we look to all of you to shape the future. And you'll do so as members of our alumni network that provides a lifelong link to your fellow graduates and 160,000 fellow alumni worldwide. This network provides advice, connections, and valuable community of support for you in the years to come. The alumni team are here for you, so do please call on them for contacts and support. And don't forget to collect your alumni pin if you haven't already done so. And in today's world, where data and privacy are obviously extremely important, please say yes when the alumni team contact you to ask about future engagement. We can't keep in touch with you without your agreement. In the time that you've studied with us, much has changed in our world, not least politically, and the role and value of universities are currently being questioned and challenged in a number of quarters. Our response to this is clear. Just look at the world-changing impact of our research, our overwhelmingly positive social and economic impact, and our crucial role in developing the professionals, innovators, and leaders of the future. Just look at you, our graduands. Whilst it's certainly no understatement to say that we're living in a period full of challenges and uncertainties, it still remains a world of possibilities and opportunities. In such a world, the ability to combine knowledge with practice, together with personal qualities like resilience, adaptability, and creativity, are becoming ever more important. We will continue to play our part by ensuring that our research, our enterprise, our partnerships, and our teaching come together to allow our students to develop the practical wisdom they will need to thrive. In doing so, we ask you to always bear in mind the words of the writer Richard Bach. Argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they are yours. Instead, be bold, argue for your potential, grasp opportunities. Our joy and our pride will be in seeing you succeed. Finally, thank you for making the University of Brighton your university. During your time here, you've all made a mark and contributed to making us who we are, building memories and friendships along the way that will last you a lifetime. We hope that you will carry those memories with you as you journey on to make your own unique mark upon the future. Thank you, and enjoy this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Denyer. Now, we're going to begin the presentation of awards. And graduates will be called row by row and escorted round to the entrance to the stage. Now, if I have one last request to you, graduates, as your Vice-Chancellor, is please stay in order. This all works absolutely beautifully if everybody just sticks to the order. This may not be the time for the radical change of order. It will have profound impacts. So please just stick to the order. You'll notice as well behind me there's a big screen. And as you cross the stage, that will be filled with you rather than me, which I think is marvellous. And as you cross the stage, and handshake, high five, fist bump, hug, I still don't understand fist bumps, feel free to express yourselves. And friends and family, this is a joyous occasion. So please feel free to express yourselves and your joy at your graduates' achievement. Noise is fine. So please feel free to express. As you exit the stage, you will go down a ramp and collect your certificate around the backs, in the wings. So please don't forget it. Heaven knows you've worked hard for it. And I would now like to invite Dr. Paddy Maguire, head of the School of Humanities, to commence the ceremony with the presentation of awards for the School of Humanities.
School of Humanities, degree of Master of Arts, teaching English to speakers of other languages, Claire Roche. Diploma, teaching English to speakers of other languages, Konstantinos Kourakis. Degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Sydney Cole. Lucy Dingle. Emily Dyer. Amber Ede Gleeson. Jack Gray. Elizabeth Langer. Imogen Levy. Rebecca Mackay. Vanya Milan. Shannon Murphy. Ana Orepetha Lopez. Olivia Ross. Megan Scammell. Lucy Southwood. Charles Spink. Natalie Taylor. Francesca Thomas. Aisling Thompson. Katie Tompkins. Victoria Wood. Elena Saninetti. English Language and Literature, Casey Akapoth. Jessica Bartlam. Imogen Bishop. Angus Kaywood. Jessica Cox. Rachel Cullen. Colin Dean. Kaylee Drake. Samuel Edison. Philip Ash. Leslie Gray. Amy Mortensen. Joe Mundy. Anna Ronke. Sarah Judge. Rosanna Saunders. Diamond Sharma Joseph. Daniel Smith. Daniel Todd. Sarah Vaz. Andrea Vietfold Wisparken. Sean White. English Language and Linguistics, Abigail Alexander. Adrian Algan. Abigail Birch. Tamara dos Santos. Jan Edwards. Rebecca Fryer. Darcy Harper. Paige Lakurtu. Jas Parker. Nadia Parker. Abigail Pritchard. Christy Slater. Eleanor Thompson. English Language and Media, Rebecca Absalon. Madeline Archer. Matthew Brock. Chloe Burkle. Eleanor Tutor. Megan Crabb. Abigail Horsey. Madeline Lee. Constance Lefebvre. Ryan Lomas. Cherise Pelton. Sophie Smith. Candice Sutherland Campbell. English Literature. Abimbula Akinola. Helen Barrett. Monique Bakker. Jodie Binns. Amy Bonfield. Georgia Calderbank. Naima Carruthers. Martinez Senocas. Megan Collier. Lydia Cook. John Costa. Liberty Puri. Oriella De Rossi. Heather Dunlop. Evie Elliott Theodore. Julia Esgate Christmas. Millie Forrest. Sarah Forster. Isabella Garcia Nusolo. Stevie Gregg. Benjamin Grove. Antonia Guzma Asla. Asha Gurela Halil. Also awarded the Walker May Literature Prize, Priyanka Gundecha. Poppy Haley von Loden. Leah Hobson-White. Elsie Horn. Rosemary Houghton. Glenn Johnson. Maisie Kazan. James Kimberley. Travis King. Stephanie Large. Una Lee. Jimmy Lee Grain. Rosina Mahmood. Harry Martin. Chloe McLaughlin. Ruby McMahon. Tara Mills. Shannon Murphy. Ross Osmond Dent. Simran Palak. Sam Palmer Flood. Lisa Pepper. Bronwyn Pounds. Toby Redgrave. Catherine Simpson. Charlotte Smith. Mo Solomon. David Talentire. Sasha Taylor. Elizabeth Tebay. Isabella Wadhams. Tilly Waite. Eric Walker Rawson. Emily Webb. Miracle Weir. Olivia Whitaker. Leah Wigginton Slack. Ella Williamson. Liam Windiat. Jake Woodley. Charlotte Worrell. Also jointly awarded the Walker May Literature Prize, Polly Wyatt. Fashion and dress history, Courtney Campbell. Abigail Cole. Harriet Dakin. Maria Purnell. Abigail Quiggin. Emmy Sale. Liana Stone. Globalization, history, politics, culture. Ifriqar Ahmed. Olivia Georgia Bartlett. Saskia Gemmell. Tyler Hooper. Joseph James. Joseph Kavanagh Ward. Grace Moulding. Abiyome Ugunyemi. Hannah Pye. Andres Rose Chavez. William Smith Hatton. Lawrence Stancombe. Declan Standen. James Tebby. James Thornton. Ellis Valbone. Mirella Vladmirova. Madeline Wild. Charles Wright. History, Literature and Culture, Rasheen Davis. Paul Edwards. Sarah French. Tom Gladstone. Kate Horrobin. Daniel Morowski. Rosemarie Pacey. Phoebe Radford. Neve Rhoda. Charlotte Rogers. Megan Runciman Cliff. Charlotte Scotland. Dominic Smith. History of Art and Design, Zaina Adurabo. Lisa Rose Burton. Lily Chadwick. Ella Clamp. Wendy Fraser. Lydia Gray. Lisa Hinkins. Isabel Jones. Lucy Carney. Slatina Kondeva. Chloe Lawrence. Ngoyon, Ngok and Nguyen. James Reed. Grace Roberts. Rachel Woolley. Tia Yang. History of Decorative Arts and Crafts, Alice Taylor. Humanities, Andrew Cowan Gore. Faye Mail. Amy Malik Israel. Danica Metcalf. Louise Pearson. Sophie Raffo. Swade Ulrich. Dominic Wood. Humanities, War, Conflict and Maternity, Lewis Austin. Elizabeth Barnard. Joe Bracci. Thomas Sherrill. Rebecca Clark. Joseph Colesill. Sean Farley. Samuel Getting. James Hill. Carl James Lionel. Cameron Lovesey Clark. Seamus McGrath. Jack Neal. Luis Ortega. Alexander Fotiou. Benjamin Potter. Eleanor Saville. Sebastian Shimmings. Joshua Smith. Robert Somerton Jones. Vida Angel. Poppy Harris. Jordan Murphy. Annabelle Steele. Media and English Literature. Also awarded the David Thomas Filmmakers Award, Rachel Barber. Liam Barry. Ellie Fairchild. Martha Foreman. Hermione Green. Jay Johns. Anshika Kula. Kate Mackay. Georgia Melbourne. Georgia Mayer. William Alford. Evan Phoebe. Amelia Pulvertaft. Amber Louise Reed Johnson. Robin Vaughan. Lottie Woodrow. Sophia Wyatt. Museum and Heritage Studies, Emma Braid. Philosophy, Politics, Art, Francesca Baldi. Beatrix Bates. Yasmin Ferrari. Hayley Gibson. Natasha Gowland. Thomas Lund. Esther Maffred. Ruth Prada. Philosophy, Politics, Ethics. Laura Shola Defran. Harrison Aquila. Alexander Burdigo. Megan Borman. Jessica Brown. Liam Cook. Antonia Druitt. Charlotte Goodfellow. Farah Heisman. Jessica Law. Nathaniel Lawford. Grace Lennox. Andrew Lott. Lauren McHale. Tilly Morris. Edward Mumford. Yeda Mustafa. Jodie Newell. Patrick O'Hara. Amelia Phipps. Chalia Poyser. Oscar Reed. Alexander Richardson. Joshua Rudd. Benjamin Smith. Jeffrey Suarez. Emma Tasco. Gemma Thomas. Gerber Swana. Megan Wells. Jake Wood. Catherine Zarek. Visual culture. Sonia Ing. Parker James Robinson. That concludes the presentation for the School of Humanities.
Just before we leave the School of Humanities, I'm going to ask Dr. Maguire to stand. Paddy Maguire has been a member of the university for over 40 years and in September will be retiring. He has served the institution and the discipline of humanities with extraordinary gusto and drive. And I want you to join me in showing your thanks to Dr. Maguire for
Thank you all. It's been a real pleasure to work here.
I do believe he was a little moved there. Thank you, Paddy. We now move to the presentation of our honorary graduate. Now, we award honorary doctorates, honorary graduates, rarely and with great care and attention and thought. So it's always a special moment when we make someone an honorary graduate. I'd now like to invite Helen Kennedy, the head of the School of Media, to present a Carla.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, families and friends, it is my honour to introduce Akala. When the university considers awarding honorary degrees, we seek out those who've not only pushed the boundaries of their field for the benefit of society more widely, but we look for individuals who also reflect the core values that are so important to us at Brighton. These are the values of creativity, sustainability, partnership and inclusivity. Today, we seek to honour such an individual. Akala is a BAFTA and MOBO award-winning hip-hop artist, but he is also so much more. He is also an acclaimed writer, cultural commentator, activist, and social entrepreneur who believes passionately in the power of education to empower and enrich lives. As he said in an interview in 2017, "If I could solve something as complicated as conflict in the world, I would change the education system, full stop. Not just along the lines of race, but along the lines of how people are taught to view the whole of human history and on what education provides. It doesn't provide any spiritual or emotional well-being." As a musician and a performer, he's appeared at numerous festivals in the UK and internationally, and has led innovative projects in the arts, education, and music across Southeast Asia, Africa, India, Australia, and New Zealand. He's also the co-founder of the Hip Hop Shakespeare Company, a music theatre production company aimed at exploring the social, cultural, and linguistic parallels between the works of William Shakespeare and that of modern-day hip-hop artists. He was born Kingsley James Daly in London in 1983 and started releasing his own music in 2003 under his assumed name Akala, a Buddhist term for immovable. His work went on to be recognised with a MOBO Award for Best Hip Hop Artist, and he's performed all over the world, including Vietnam, USA, and Brazil. Akala has appeared on several main TV channels promoting his music and poetry, speaking on wide-ranging subjects from music, race, youth engagement, British, African, Caribbean culture, and the arts. His numerous online lectures and performances, with titles such as A Critical Look at Western Education, The Battle of Britishness in the Age of Brexit, and Race, Class, and Britain's Modern Myths, have reached millions of viewers on YouTube. More recently, he's become known for his compelling, inspiring lectures and incisive journalism. He has spoken at many universities, the International Slavery Museum and Sydney University, and has been involved in campaigns to decolonise the curriculum. He's written for The Guardian, Huffington Post, and The Independent, and spoken at the Oxford Union and for TEDx. His recently published and well-received book, Natives, Race and Class in the Ruins of Empire, compellingly and unflinchingly draws together many themes, both political and personal, that run throughout his work. As he himself has said, "My mum's a white Scottish woman and my dad's a black Jamaican, so for my life not to be about bringing people together would almost be a contradiction in terms. I want to reach everybody, but do it truthfully and honestly. That's got to be your ambition and your ultimate aim as an artist. That's what the best artists do. I'm not saying I'm there yet, but that's what I aspire to." Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, families and friends, in recognition of his major contribution to empowering young people through learning, it's my absolute honour to present Akala for the honorary degree of Doctor of Arts at the University of Brighton.
We rehearsed this and I still missed it.
So Akala, for your amazing contribution to empowering young people through learning, I have the greatest privilege of conferring upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Arts from the University of Brighton. Can I ask you to address the audience?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I think there are a few things in life more embarrassing than standing up in front of thousands of people and having people say nice stuff about you. I think it's interesting. I think This isn't part of my speech, by the way. It's just something I thought of when I was stood up there. I think there's something really quite British about getting embarrassed about people saying nice things about you. I assume if we were Americans, we'd be like, yeah, and just take it on the chin, but I don't know. But anyway, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. So I prepared something to say to you guys, and it goes as follows. I never went to university. I barely went to college. This was not because of lack of interest in academia, but rather as a result of a strange set of circumstances. My mum was the first and only one of her siblings to go to uni, and even she did this as a mature student after having children. And my dad had a very tough relationship with the British education system, to put it mildly. Despite this, and despite growing up on free school meals with just one parent in the home for most of my childhood, or half of my childhood, I was always pushed to succeed academically. This extra push came from a hard-won, extracurricular, Pan-African, British Caribbean, working-class intellectual tradition. In the 1960s and 70s, amidst the global currents of the Cold War, civil rights, and Black Power, British Caribbeans found themselves rather dissatisfied with the manner in which their children were being educated, or frankly, undereducated, in Britain's schools. And as a response to this, the community set up scores of Pan-African Saturday schools to help their children with their homework and to teach them episodes with African Caribbean history that were not well known. I went to one of these schools, combined with regular visits to the radical community bookshops that accompanied the setting up of these schools, and with all the energy my mother, godfather, a few key teachers, and my uncles put into pushing me to do well in school, I emerged with one of the best sets of GCSEs in my year. I went to the Royal Institution Mathematics Masterclasses, and I took my Maths GCSE a year early. I don't say any of this to show off. Well, maybe I am showing off a little bit. But to give an extra thanks to that hard-won intellectual tradition that I was the lucky beneficiary of. When I was placed into a special needs group for kids who did not speak English at primary school, it was my Pan-African Saturday school that found out and informed my mother, and then went up to school and had a word, to, again, put it mildly. During my secondary school years, teachers like Mr. Mohammed, in fact, there were two Mr. Mohammeds, one of whom is here today, but he was a visitor to my school. There was one who was in my school as well, gave up their Friday evenings to pick up where my primary year's Pan-African Saturday school had started. Others, like my Uncle Hoffman, who is also here today, continually encouraged me all throughout my school years to do well. And it was from this DIY self-education tradition and from actually hip-hop music that I partly gained the self-confidence, desire, and will to start my own record label and pursue a career as a hip-hop artist. And it was from that tradition that I got my own desire to mix hip-hop and education, as we have done with the Hip-Hop Shakespeare Company. While I, of course, despite all of this, still benefited from the British education system, my personal relationship with formal education was quite fraught by the time I left school. For this reason, and partly because I was just playing football and the British football system still doesn't encourage its football players to be overeducated, I did not go to university. I now lecture at universities regularly, and I can't lie, I often envy those of you that do get to go. People like you, who get to be surrounded by other people at the beginning of their journeys into adulthood and who are about to remake the world, or at least this country. That's how serious these 4 years are. What will you do with the time you have spent here and the education you have been privileged to be loaned by the rest of society? If there are 2 pieces of advice I could offer you as a university graduate, coming from someone who did not go to university, the first would be about the importance of developing good habits. You cannot control your life's outcomes. As much as we'd all like to believe we are solely products of our own brilliance, but we can control a good deal of how we use our time. If there was one thing I learned from the time I spent playing football and from the little time I spent flirting with being a naughty boy with my friends in the street, it's that habits, both good and bad, tend to accumulate. Once I realized I did not love football anymore, and I stopped pretending I was a bad man, I decided to use my art to try and spread what was really my major passion, knowledge. And to that end, I started keeping a reading diary with a minimum amount of hours per week, per month, and per year that I would spend studying. That was 10 or 12 years ago. To some extent, my presence here today is as a result of that. So when you leave here today, try and practice every day towards goals, dreams, and things that you would like to do, even if it is only half an hour per day. And when you look back in 15 years, I have no doubt that you will see the results. Not all education occurs in the academy, but what you have learned or not learned here will certainly be important to your future one way or another. The second and final piece of advice would be about obligations. As my friend, the great African-American scholar and one of the youngest professors in American history, M.K. Asante, says, if you make an observation, you have an obligation. If you notice something that is wrong with the world or something that needs fixing, what do you do about those things? So what do university graduates owe to the societies that have subsidized and educated them? How best can you use what you have gained here to make the world a slightly better place and more livable for other people, even if it's only in small ways, however cliche that may seem? So, good luck on your journey, and here's a big up to habits and obligations. Knowledge is power. Safe. Thank you very much.
Carla, you join a very special group of our honorary graduates, and I'm absolutely delighted you're now part of it. I now call upon Helen Kennedy, head of the School of Media, to announce the awards for that school.
Everyone's just going to get their hands ready for some really big clapping now. Big clapping, because we're going to outdo the School of Humanities, who did some really pretty special clapping. For the School of Media, we can do better. Woohoo! Degree of Master of Arts, Creative Media, Natalie Garner. Janet Jones. Safi Ngoy. Degree of Master of Arts, Digital Media Arts, Felix Gonzalez. Hey. Degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Digital Music and Sound Arts, Ivan Arbiol Camps. Jasmine Block. Christopher Brindle. Bobby Cook. Paul Davey. Liam Eshki-Luck. Oscar Jeff. Sophie Chiari. Jordan Lewis. Jack Lister. Michael McKeown. Also jointly awarded the Nagoya University Incentive Award, Akiko Purser. Hey, go Akiko. Edward Scott. Alvaro Bilar Castillo. Environment and Media Studies, Rosella Biticesu. Nara Wetganai. Evie Wood. Louise Conway. Samuel Dance. Zoe Davies. Morgan Dorr. Madeline Eagle. Rain Keane. Faye Colleen. Shailene Lalje. Grace McGeehan. Fenella Matlock. Connor McMillan. Joseph Neville Rolfe. Oliver Pendlington. Emma Louise Richardson. Film production delivered by Brighton Film School, Harry Allen. Sheila Balestra. Bethany Bays. Morgan Breeze. Lucy Carey. Harry Cavey. Joanna Cavlin. Harrison Clements. James Cooley. Hayden Cornmell. Paola Dominique. Henry Gatrell. Jessica Hardy. Hugo Healy. James Honess. Bradley James. Harry Laundon. Joseph Marsh. Sarah Morris. Morgan Newland. Tanya Patel. Harry Peaks. Scott Purchase. Jack Ramsey. Jonathan Rock. George Regula Greenwell. Gabriella Roos. Maria Rivera Hoffman. Elliot Self. Jay Shaw. Harry Steele. Freddie Tarrant. Ryan Tiernan. Bethany Tucker. Cody J. Peach Upton. Georgina Vincent. Katie Volker. Jordan Wright. Media, Industry and Innovation. Gina Aljarkas. Louis Espinal. Amelia Gilmore. Callum Hartley. Alexandra Mayhew. Krishan Patel. Media Studies, Jessica Allen. Willis Annison. Laura Aarons. Zaffarina Ariana. Louise Ashina. Samya Awad. Caitlin Bainbridge. Sophia Barron Edgley. Matthew Bevan. Jack Chase. Adam Cope. Stephen Dennis. Divya Dulip. Sophie Godfrey. Tamika Gowan. Georgia Harris. Alex Hartley. Lana June Hefner. Jonathan Hunt. Hafsa Jola. Jallo. Amy Kennedy. Stephanie Elizabeth Kirk. Ryan Lee. Lerin Martin. Jessica McCurley. Shannon O'Neill. Savannah Pedro. Bethan Pembridge. Ellie Rowe. Paul Rouse. Caitlin Russell. James Sawyer. Hannah Schmidt. Helen Scott. Jack Seals. Lila Smallwood. Katie Southworth. James Stone. Tyler Sullivan. Caitlin Thomas. Jolie Thompson. Asel Tuama. Ashraf Adin. Oliver Vassell. Samuel Walter. Natalie Williams. Moving image. Pashan Anderson. Mariam Bonyadi. Catherine Carson. Prabjeet Dafu. Charlie Goodall. Julia Goodlife. Owen Jones. Penelope Julian. Ruby Lancaster. Jessica Martin. Joseph Mole. Holly Morton. Louis Packalin. Jake Parker. Edward Pooley. Eleanor Rook. Also awarded the Nagoya University Award for Excellence, Jacob Scammell. Thorbjorg Sigrunadóttir. Not bad. Darrell Weller. Heidi Wootton. Photography, Aaron Anderson. Holly Ray Barnes. Lizzie Brewster. Rebecca Buttwright. Bethan Clark. Daisy Cumming. Eliza Evans. Catherine Evans. Beth Florence. Taylor Ford. Bethany Gerrans. Ellie Godber. Thomas Greenup. China Gayat. Jodie Haynes. Emily Hardwick. Hannah Gcott. Catherine Johnson. Hayley Jones. Freya Lee Williams. Olivia Lower. Emma Madsen. Balind Marye. Harley Marjoram. Betty Martin. Robin Matthews. Sophia Midzi Anauska. Charlotte Mulready. Holly Payne. Beth Quit-Tenton. Peter Rathbone. Olive Reiki. Kay Sayer Mayers. Priya Shah. Thomas Simmons. Abigail Stevens. Hope Stoney. George Thomas. Charlotte Wilson. Natalie Zachariah. Foundation degree in Arts, Television Production, Emily Lawrence. Degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Film and Screen Studies, Callum, Dublin. Media Studies, Bidya Gurung. School of Humanities, degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Philosophy, Politics, Ethics, Tolgan Elvin. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentations for the School of Media and the School of Humanities. I now call upon Professor Neil Ravenscroft to present the awards for the Brighton Doctoral College.
Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, School of Humanities, degree of Doctor of Philosophy, in recognition of a programme of work entitled Feminist Network, Digitisation and Performances of the Women's Art Library Slide Collection, Althea Greenham. Degree of Doctor of Philosophy, in recognition of a programme of work entitled Exploring Social Design in a Development Context, the Case of a Handcraft Pottery Community in Cambodia, Lena Kang. School of Media, degree of Doctor of Philosophy in recognition of a programme of work entitled Photographing Saudi Women, a collaborative exploration through images and narratives, Lujane Mirza. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentations for this ceremony.
So it falls to me now to bring this afternoon's ceremony to a close. Congratulations to all of you. The very, very best with your journeys, and please keep in touch. We're tremendously proud of you and all that you go on to do. In closing, I'd like to just refer to a few words from the late, great Professor Sir Stephen Hawking. Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of the wonder around you and why the universe exists. Be curious. And however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and something you can succeed at. And you are Brighton graduates, so I know that to be utterly true. We look forward to your journey, and I am so proud of you. On behalf of the whole of the congregation and of the university, thank you, congratulations. Now, before we leave the platform, I'll ask you all to stand. We will exit to our alumni anthem. You saw him at the beginning, and he continues to be part of our ceremony. So can I ask you to stand while the platform party leaves the hall?